Hey there guys, it is Josh Siwasepl and welcome to the post-commentary for The Witness, Episode 1. I guess that's what I'm calling it. I don't really know what I would call it. It's kind of that, I guess. I've never done a post-commentary before. This is going to be interesting. I'm probably going to be doing some editing throughout this video, so it's probably not going to be the actual full video, so you're probably not going to see everything. I'm probably just going to, talk about some things and try and include it at, specific points at the video. I think at this point in the video, I was telling people that if they wanted to actually turn away, now would be the best time because of the nature of the game. So I guess I'll do that again. If you don't want to be spoiled at all for probably the first 45 to 50 minutes of The Witness, then I would recommend going ahead and clicking away now. I'd completely understand. So there's that warning there. And I will say one thing. The Witness, it really does a great job of giving the player a sense of wonder. I was trying to figure out exactly how I'm supposed to do everything. For some reason, I couldn't get through my mind that I had to hit X in order to solidify a puzzle. So that was me being a bumbling fool. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm kind of taken by the environments. It's a very pretty game. So The Witness does a good job of, even though there's really nothing, it does a good job of making you want to explore. I say there's nothing, but I haven't played the game enough to actually give that a definitive answer. For all I know, there could be something. I would really love to continue playing the game. But when I was doing this video, Breath of the Wild was taking up a lot of my time. And now it's Persona 5. / Resident Evil. / Bulletstorm. / Stardew Valley. / replaying Kingdom Hearts 1. / Yooka-Laylee. So there's so many games that have come out. This year, man, it's just been a great year for games. Already. So yeah, you can see I'm just walking around trying to explore. There's really nothing else that I can be doing in this small little area. There are some hidden things, which I think I do find at some point. I think I find one of the audio logs in this area. But it's just, there's so limited on what you can do in this little first area. Of course, I didn't know that at the time, but it still does this just magic of wanting to see everything. And normally, with games that Jonathan Blow makes, I'm not a huge fan. Like, I didn't really like Braid. I thought Braid was very disappointing. And just a very good platformer. But it was missing, like, a very key part. I couldn't really tell you unless I replayed the game and got a feel for it again. But I didn't like Braid. It was disappointing. And that's the only other game that I've played by him. So what else has he made? You know what? I'm actually going to look it up. Since I don't have to worry about playing the game, I'm just going to look it up. See exactly what he's made. Because I feel like he's made 3 major titles? That could just be me. I mean, not me. I didn't make any major titles. I'm just, like, my memory. Although that'd be a thing. I made 3 major titles. Here we go. Let's go to Wikipedia. As we know, the best source of information. Career. Braid and The Witness. Really? It's all he's done? No. That can't be all he's done. Has he really only done 2 games? Yeah, wow, he's only done 2 games. Braid in 2008 and The Witness in 2016. Wow. Huh. So, I guess it's safe to say I don't like half the things he's done. So the fact that I actually enjoyed this is pretty cool. I'm sure he's had to do other stuff. Like, there's no way he made Braid, and then that was the first game he ever made. And it was a huge success. No way. He had to have done something else. It had to have been like a small indie project that no one really paid attention to or cared about. But enough attention to get him some followers for when he released Braid. But I will tell you one thing, I was super skeptical about The Witness. Because when I first heard about it, it was back at, you know, the PlayStation announcement, when they did the whole announcement for PlayStation 4 and didn't show off the console at all, and just showed off a controller. Like, yeah, that's what we want to see, Sony. But it piqued my curiosity, because I've never played Myst, and I've never played Riven, I've never played any of those games. So, it did pique my interest, but I don't know, I get this feeling with Jonathan Blow. Because, you know, he said it would come out on release window for the PlayStation 4, and it didn't come out on release window. And he said it would be exclusive to the PlayStation 4 for a while, and I don't think it was. I don't think so. I think it came out on all platforms when it came out. So, it took him, what? 3 years to finally release this game. And who knows how long he was working on it. But my point that I'm getting at was I kept getting this feeling that Jonathan Blow was like the next Peter Molyneux. Does that make sense? Because he kept promising things, and then just next thing you know, it was another delay, and then another delay after that, and another delay after that. So I'm very happy to say that I was wrong. You know, so far, what I've put into The Witness, I've really enjoyed. And it wasn't just false hype. It was true. So, at least as far as I can say, it's true. For, what, about the first 3 hours, maybe? Yeah. So far, at least I'm wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong. Because that would have sucked. Getting another Peter Molyneux situation going on. You know, we already have another studio that has ruined their reputation by making promises. No Man's Sky. That wasn't even a convincing cough. I don't even know why I bothered coughing. No Man's Sky was a hugely disappointing game, and it ruined Hello Games' career. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is when I found the audio log. I think I was trying to figure out how to actually click it. Because I don't see subtitles. Oh no, I turned them on. See, this is what I'm saying. The game, just from that one little thing alone, where it had me click the audio log, I suddenly was starting to click everything else. Because what else could be an actual item to interact with? And before I played this game, I tried not to watch anything with spoilers in it, but I did get spoiled in one quote-unquote spoiler-free review of a certain puzzle type, where it's actually, you know, the puzzle is the land itself. And that, I think that was the second episode. The one that actually made the cut and got it in. I say made the cut, but it was completely up to my computer what made the cut and what didn't. I'll talk about that in a second. That was fun. But, so I was ruined with that, spoiled. And then, of course, that same person, that same YouTuber, spoiled me on the ending of Resident Evil 7 in their quote-unquote spoiler-free review, which they surprisingly later took out the word spoiler-free. I don't want to say who it is, because mainly I don't want to cause fake beef. I don't want to just go on insulting someone, but yeah. It's a poor move on their part to say spoiler free and then spoil that stuff. Anyway, enough about hating on other YouTubers. I don't hate the YouTuber. I just don't ever watch any of his reviews anymore. Well, see, now I've said he. It narrows it down some. Not that much, but it narrows it down some. But yeah, I just don't watch any of his reviews for new games. So let's talk about what happened to the audio. Because I can't really say for sure whether or not the video would have been good, because it never got a chance to edit it and find out. But I felt like it was a good video. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just feel that, like it was going to be good. And for some reason, my audio just disappeared. And that's the thing. I saw the wavelengths. I saw them. I looked at the audio. It was physically in front of me. I mean, not physically. You know, the computer was in front of me, and I could actually see with my own eyes the waves in my audio from where I was talking. And then I exported the audio, and it was mute. It was silent. I don't know how it was silent. It's almost half a gigabyte in size. But it was just mute. There was no audio in it. Then I looked at my actual files, and the audio was just missing. The audio wasn't deleted, because I used GarageBand for my audio. And I can actually see if there is audio recorded. Because if there's audio recorded, it's a blue, like, faint to the track. And that's what existed. It was the audio was there. Something was recorded, and then it went mute for unknown reasons. And even my temporary files didn't have it. My backup files that the computer actually makes just didn't exist. There was no audio. It still perplexes me exactly how I lost my audio. So that's the whole reason why I had to do this post commentary. Man, this game's beautiful. It really is. He nailed, like, how the art should be. It's not super photorealistic. And I honestly think, you know, this game will last throughout time. It's even with, you know, the approaching 4K resolutions, and who knows, the 8K resolution, who knows what we're going to have in the future. But this game will still hold up visually, I think. And people will still look at it and go, man, for how old this game is, it looks amazing. Really, there's just a lot of praise for this game that I can give. I know it's not in this episode. It's in the second episode, but the maze puzzle, man, that was great. It's just, it completely teaches you how to play the game without telling you how to play the game. And sometimes that can be better. You know, like, there are just some things that are unavoidable. You gotta tell the player how they're supposed to walk. Actually, not true. You don't have to tell a player how they can walk unless they're literally playing the first game ever. But I probably wouldn't have known there was a sprint button in this game if it hadn't told me at the beginning. So there are certain things that you just have to tell players. But this game does a really good job of just teaching you by having you do things. It's very smart. Makes you feel smart for when you actually figure out a puzzle. A puzzle wouldn't even have to be that hard. Just like this one, the puzzle is not even that hard when you actually look at it. I can see the solution right here. Like, I'm looking at it and I see the solution of what I'm supposed to be doing. But I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm really not succeeding that well. No. Come on. You can figure this out, past Josh. Where you going? What are you doing? He's getting there. Oh. Oh, I think he got it. There we go. I was really worried. I was worried exactly how long it was going to take me. I've never rewatched this footage. So this is me actually seeing what happened. So you can actually see me trying to click and interact with this piece of paper. Because it looked like a puzzle. For a second I thought, hey, it might be a puzzle. And even this tree. I'm looking at trying to interact with the tree. And I think I actually mentioned in this video that I was spoiled on that one part about how you can interact with the environment like a puzzle. So that's how I knew what I was doing, at least a little bit for that. But the rest of it was pretty much blind. You know, aside from that one instance, I don't think I was spoiled anything else. And if I was, there was nothing I can remember. I'm kind of having trouble thinking of what to talk about. I know that sounds weird, coming from a guy who, you know, spends his time making videos where I just talk about things. But I'm usually doing something. That's the part that I'm having trouble with here. Is it just I'm usually doing something. So usually I'm playing the game, or I'm... Well, that's all I would really be doing. I'm playing a game. And if I am not playing the game, it's usually a cutscene's happening. So I kind of just... I'm having trouble actually trying to think of things to talk about. It's probably why more sports commentators don't actually do video game commentary. Because I don't think you could ever see a golf commentator do, like, video games. Like the way they do. Oh, look at him, he's going up. Oh, no, he's now going to the left, now going to the right. Oh, okay, he seems to be going up, and it's a hole-in-one. There we go. So, up to this round, it is a par 4. Oh, yes, the player doesn't seem to know what he's doing. He thinks he's going to go up. But he's just sitting there thinking about, oh, no, he's going to try a different area. But he is still trying the up maneuver. He's going to try and do that the best he can, and he sinks it. That is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and go to the audience for a small clap. See, it couldn't work. Even football announcers. I don't watch football, so I couldn't tell you how they would do it. Couldn't mimic it. But even they couldn't do it. Sure, you can force yourself to talk about what's going on the screen, but it's not always entertaining. Even when, you know, let's be honest here. Not just me. I mean, it does include me. But really any Let's Player. I would say a good Let's Play, even then only 75% is entertaining. And I'm talking about a good Let's Play. There are amazing Let's Plays out there where you are enthralled pretty much the entire time. But I think 75% is pretty much the good percentage of Let's Plays. And yeah, it's the personalities that really drive it. But that's what I'm saying. It just makes it difficult. And I'm guilty of this too. Not everything I do is entertaining. I'm fully able to admit that. But there are some moments that it makes those unentertaining... I cannot speak today, apparently. It makes those unentertaining moments worth it. I had a lot of those during Tomb Raider. Where I just... that one particular part isn't interesting, but there's something happened. Something amazing happened, and it was so worth the unentertaining parts. I don't want to say what it is, mainly because I don't want to spoil Tomb Raider if you haven't watched it or played it. Which, don't play it. I wouldn't do that. I'm also going to say that I have Star Wars on in the background. It's none of the good ones. It's episode 1. But I have it on in the background at a super low volume. Just as something on. I don't know. Because like I said, I just don't feel comfortable just sitting there doing commentary over a video. So I had to have something going on the background. Which, for as many people actually criticize the prequels, and they deserve that criticism, absolutely they deserve it. I think the first one is the best out of the 3. So, say what you will. But even now, just catching glimpses of it, just looking at it going, man, when is the Darth Maul fight gonna happen? Also haven't seen this movie in probably close to a decade, if that makes sense. That really is me saying if that makes sense, because the last time I actually owned this movie was on VHS. I just got the set on Blu-ray, so this is the first time I've ever watched it in anything more than standard definition. And really, George Lucas should have changed more about this one. Some of the effects just do not cross over very well. I know he changed Yoda. Not a puppet, it's CGI now. But he should have done that with more. I mean, looking at these stupid Chinese aliens, because let's face it, that's what they are. They're supposed to be stereotypes of Chinese. Oh, hey, it's Darth Maul! He just... Maybe you should have fixed the lip syncing on for them. Just a little bit. Anyway, back to The Witness. Nice little dusty area here we got. That was a sentence, Josh. That was a complete sentence. Dusty area here we got. That's what I meant to say. Oh, this is when they first introduced, like, the duel puzzles. I'm still trying to interact with things, seeing if there's anything I can interact. Like, these pots have got to do something. I also like that. Eventually we'll get to the point where it actually shows that the puzzles gets kind of warped. I guess because of heat or something. Maybe they were made on plastic. I don't know. But it gets warped. So, I don't know. Little touches in this game. Oh, I forgot my audio's on. I completely forgot about that. I just heard the ding from the puzzles. Caught me off guard. I'm like, what was that? I'm probably starting to do some more skipping around now. Mainly just to cut out a lot of the fluff. You can see me walking around here trying to figure things out. Exactly where the puzzles have been activated. This is when they start doing the warp. Because it now switched to the other side. And you can see it slowly starts to warp. And I didn't think it was going to be that much of a big deal when I started the second puzzle. Because it's like, oh, it's slightly warped, but I can still tell. But this third one, when I started that, oh, it really kind of gets you. You're sitting there and you think you got it and you don't. It takes you a second to like relearn the puzzle. And I say relearn, but there really is no relearning. It's just adjusting to what you know. Oh, and now we come here. This is a pretty cool... I don't know, just a pretty cool concept in itself. Just following the power trail of how things should be. I just like that. I honestly couldn't tell you why I deviated, though. Oh, that's why, because I had to open the... Is that what I'm doing? I'm opening the gate? I don't remember what the heck I'm doing here. Yeah, this one gave me a little bit of trouble. Trying to figure out exactly how things should be. Huh, wait a minute. Did I actually do this? I don't think this has any relevance to where I'm actually trying to get to. Oh no, I do actually get that. Okay. So maybe this was something that I needed to do. Maybe this does open the door. Oh yeah, this is another thing. Yeah, I just noticed that, like in the video, that the lines are actually getting faint. And they're getting more see-through. You can't see them. So it was pretty much you had to use one line to figure out where the other was going to go. Alright, so it activated the door. So now I can figure it out. Oh, these puzzles. I love these puzzles. It's mainly because you go through and you do these first 3 puzzles here. And they're not really too difficult. You know, a little bit of figuring out. But the puzzles, all in all, weren't that bad. But what happens is that after you've done figured them out, you have to do the other 3. And they're basically identical puzzles, but you have to do it backwards. And I just love that. Because you can see me, I keep closing out of the puzzle and trying to figure out exactly what I was doing. It's basically a mirror. It's a mirror puzzle. I like it. This is what I'm saying. The game makes you feel smart. Although, except for that, yeah, I had to reactivate the puzzle. This, I didn't know what to think of this when it first started coming out of the box. I was trying to figure out exactly what was going on. And I thought it was good. I thought that entire box was one big puzzle. And that was activating it. And I gotta say, I was relieved that that's not the case. To do that entire box as a puzzle, that would have been horrifying. I was trying to figure out if it was moving. And then it activates. And my first section of the game is complete, I guess. I guess it's a section. I know those are pointing to there. And I solved the second one in the other episode. I say second, but I don't know if it was in order. So I solved a second one in the next episode. But that's still... It was still pretty cool just to figure it all out without having anyone tell you. So, that was pretty much the video right there. I don't go on to do anything else. Because I wanted to... This is the part where I was ending it and I was trying to gauge reactions. And I wanted to see if people were going to want to see more. And then it turned out that the audio was useless and gone. So I had to record a second one anyway. And then you all wanted to see this. And this is where I picked it up in the second video. So if you've actually seen the second video and are coming from that, this is where I pick it up. So, but anyway, guys, thank you for watching this post-commentary. I hope it turned out all right. And it wasn't just me blabbing on for 30 to 40 minutes. So, I'm going to head to the next thing, whatever it may be. And I hope to see you there.